The question of the appropriate use of experts is very important to every trial, especially personal injury cases, especially cases where you're involving with serious injuries, where sometimes fact patterns are complicated and not easy to understand, where sometimes even injuries and damages are not so easy to understand. So a lawyer always has to have a thought process which is oriented to expert witnesses. And especially if you're a young lawyer, the first question you ever ask yourself is there anything in this case where I have to have an expert? Is there any kind of issue where a court could rule that the issues involved are beyond the experiences of ordinary lay people so that I must have an expert witness? So that's the first thing the young lawyer has to think of. The second thing after you do that is, well, even if it might be a fact pattern where I don't have to have an expert technically, should I hire an expert witness? Could certain kinds of testimony be of assistance in presenting the case to the jury? So it's always, do I need an expert, number one, and number two, if I don't, could one be used in an advantageous way? So I think that's the double-barrel approach to looking at the issue of experts. The expert obviously has to have qualifications and experiences in a certain field. But I think what they need to do is to bring their expertise to bear on the case facts, especially when you have defendants who are doing something or engaged in an activity that regular people on juries might not be familiar with. They need to be educated as to what kind of business or what kind of activity the defendant is involved in. The downside of an expert is it's always going to appear that the lawyer has his thumb or his fingerprint on the expert's work. And people on the jury might say, well, the lawyer's hiring this person, they're being paid $400 an hour, and there are the risks that the expert witness might not be believed because they're going to feel there's a bias, they're just trying to serve the lawyer that's paying them. That's just a real downside. But in all cases, you have to weigh. You have to weigh what the advantages are to hiring an expert, and you have to weigh what the negatives are in hiring an expert as well. The key also is hiring really, really talented experts. This is important because for a long time, lots of lawyers would hire these kind of jack-of-all-trade experts, people who claim that they're expert in so many different fields. They can really get demolished in a courtroom. But if you hire really good experts who really know a product or really know a process, great experts can be very, very powerful. But by the same token, experts who aren't well prepared, don't have good credentials, they can really damage a case. So lawyers have to be very judicious about how to use experts.